than our local cable subscribers.
Welcome, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks for coming to the May 2026 Commission on Disability meeting. First, we're just going to do roll call. So I see that Jeff Brown is missing, and then Louise is missing. And then Allison is not here. And that's it, right?
That's everyone I can think of.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And there's no one there for public speak, correct?
Correct.
All right. So we're going to jump right into it. Bruce, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Take it away.
Thank you. What I was going to talk about today is a radical change in how we do breakfast. And the reason why is we're calling it savory breakfast. So people don't start off the day with a high blood sugar spike, which is what we usually do. And what we're learning is the bad boy in the room is the insulin now, and first thing that goes on for the rest of the day. And we're dealing with an awful lot of people that have high insulin, which causes a obligatory addition of fat every day, and then lots of illnesses associated with that. So the whole point is to have a protein-powered breakfast, not a carbohydrate-powered breakfast. And there's an order for it, and there's numbers associated with it. So the order is you start with something with fiber in it, like a small salad or something like that, but no fruit. Okay, just it's a green salad, and I like a homemade vinaigrette dressing. And then you have your protein thing. So it could be a leftover from your supper before, the night before. It could be something you make. I have a couple of recipes here. One's a chicken melt sandwich, which looks pretty delicious. If the picture could be delicious. And I have another one that's a mango taco sandwich.
Well, Bruce, can you say who you are and what your position is?
Oh, yeah, well, that would help maybe. Yeah, I'm a clinical dietitian, restaurant chef, and all kinds of things like that. So I like food. I love to eat and play with food. So I have some handouts. Logistically, I got to figure out how to get to the people that are on the TV here, how to get the handouts to you. But and it explains the whole situation. So you got your salad, then your protein, then your carbohydrate, okay, which should be small, and then if you're a caffeine drinker, then your caffeine. Why is the caffeine later? Because caffeine will speed up the absorption of carbohydrate. So you want the coffee to be a treat, not something that you have to have in the morning to get out of bed and get your adrenals to start functioning. Okay, so that's the nuts and bolts. So the numbers are for protein. You want to have 30 to 50 grams of protein at breakfast. Okay, and there's ways to do that. These recipes that I have, and I have many more, have those numbers worked out. So you've got your protein, then your carbohydrate, no more than 30 grams of carbohydrate at breakfast. What's 30 grams? A slice of bread, an apple, orange, stuff like that. So we have to control that all day long. And then lunch is a repeat and supper's a repeat of the same number. So it works out. It takes about 3 weeks to change a habit. So you have to be patient with yourself. When I first started this, I had to do it for medical reasons. And what I found out is every time I passed the refrigerator, I wanted to open it up or get something because that was my former habit. So takes a while. Maybe put a lock on the refrigerator door or something. I don't know. But and I love bread. So, and I used to bake commercially and stuff like that. So I've had to reorient everything that I do. It makes you feel better. You have a tremendous amount more energy, all kinds of good things once you get it so that you're comfortable with it. And it controls your insulin levels. Insulin's a hormone. Hormones in our body, whether it's thyroid or adrenals or whatever, come to our system by a pulse, not a steady stream. That's why we're interrupting us. And the happy surprise of the whole thing is intermittent fasting, which I know a lot of people have a fear about, but that's one of the things that makes it gold and actually makes you better. So that's it in a nutshell. Anybody has any questions?
What kind of services do you offer? Can you tell us more about that?
Well, I do all kinds of things. We do meetings, we do face-to-face, we do Zoom, things like that. Face-to-face, of course, kind of went away with COVID, but if we know who we're talking to and that they're feeling well, then sometimes we can meet face-to-face.
Can you describe your job a little, your position a little bit more?
Well, as a dietitian, there's many kinds of dietitians, okay? So I'm also certified fertility dietitian, and I practice with certification with a functional medicine point of view. What we try to do is find out what's going on and work on that, not just throw a pill at it or some other kind of remedy trying to make it fixed. So it's a fact-finding mission. It's almost like Sherlock Holmes or Watson, trying to dig down to find out what's going on and then work on how to fix it. So that's kind of what we do. Wellness is the thing. We're looking to have people feel better and be healthier and not have to worry about all kinds of chronic inflammation and things like that.
And how can you tie it into folks with disabilities?
Well, the thing is, I have my share of them, so that's another thing. So what's causing it, and what can we do to ease the journey, so to speak? That's why it's an individual, personal thing. It's not a cookie cutter thing, right? So that's the difference between functional medicine and the usual approach that we got.
Do you take insurance or no?
I don't, and I have an old-fashioned kind of rate. So I have one charge, and for all the follow-up and stuff, I don't charge. So it's just like, okay, one time, and we're married at the hip or something like that. So I take it the way the individual person needs to be worked with. So, and so it's personalized.
And you're in Easthampton.
Yes, but I go everywhere. I have clients all over the country and Australia, Europe, and stuff like that. So
I'm curious.
nobody's invited me to go to where they are, though. Anyway. But I used to live in Norway and Sweden and Canada, so.
Wow. Look at you. What a traveled man.
Well, I'm a Viking, so.
Leslie, you said something?
To like what I've heard about like leaky gut syndrome, right? As
Yeah,
like an
yeah.
autoimmune kind of
Yeah,
instigator.
they can be related.
I'm curious, like how long you usually work with folks. Is it kind of like,
Well, how old do you want to be?
okay, fair,
Okay.
so kind of
Yeah.
a long,
Yeah.
you would
Yeah,
kind of go for
exactly.
the span.
As you need it. It's not, you know, 1-2 appointments and see you later or something. We didn't get to the illness situation that we are like overnight, right? So if it took you 30 years to get there, I don't want to take 30 years to get back, but the thing is, the more you work on your health, the quicker you get better.
Yeah.
So, and some things we have to, I don't know, chew on for a while because it's a slow process. And plus, there's so many variables. Okay, so what causes leaky gut? Well, everything. Okay. So that was a good question. Did that answer for you?
Yeah, no, that's helpful, yeah, just,
And I can scan Bruce's materials and then send them out digitally so that everybody can access them.
The one thing, I have a letter that explains it. These are sample recipes. They're excellent recipes. And there's several pages, like maybe 11 pages to it. I wanted you to see what the creator of the recipe, who's another crazy food person. She's prettier than I am. But the thing is that learning the history of the development of the recipe and the flow of the recipe has some interest and practicality, rather than just getting 1 or 2 pages with all the ingredients and how to put them together. So anyway, every recipe can have that information in that depth. But I've got four sheets of individual recipes that fit into these.
Is there any other questions for Bruce? Not right now? Thank you, Bruce.
Welcome, anytime.
nice.
I just heard from Jeff, he's not coming, his kiddo is sick, he said, so. Okay, so. Let's see, so, Leslie, if you wanna help here, so do you wanna just do the update on what we're doing for the July reading, what we're struggling with, and
Sure. So, the kind of needs for the story hour, the Disability Month story hour that we were invited to do with Northampton. Amherst. I'm sorry, I got distracted.
Oh, yeah, there's a echo.
And is somebody here for public speak? Is that?
yeah.
Well, that may be me. I may have to figure out how to turn my microphone off. Let me back out. Oh, hang on.
Are you here for public speak?
Well, I'm here just to see what's up at the commission hearing.
Okay.
I've never been to one of these before, so.
Welcome.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so I was just, my name is Leslie. I was just kind of updating the commission on an invitation that we had from the Northampton and Amherst commissions on disability, or disability commissions, depends on what town you're in, what you call it. They're doing a shared event in July, which is Disability Pride Month, I think, or Disability Awareness Month. It's something, a month associated with disabilities. And we were invited to also do a story hour. So it's quite a heavy lift for us. And, you know, individually, a lot of the members of the commission are having some kind of personal issues that are preventing us from spending a lot of time on this event. So what we would have to do is find a place and a date, which Angelique has been working on, but has been running into dead ends with that because not getting responses back from the venue. We would have to find a reader, and the goal is someone who has a disability or disabilities to be the reader because we want to be inclusive and representative. Ideally, they would like us to have like an ASL interpreter at the event so that it's accessible to everybody. That is something that we would have to pay for, and we don't have funding currently as a commission. And when Angelique inquired with the mayor's office, we were told that there's a spending freeze and that they can't finance that part of the event. So we don't have the funding, we don't have a place, we don't have a date, we don't have a reader. So I'm thinking that this is just not something that our commission is going to be able to do this year. That for various personal reasons, and also we are under membered. I don't know how to say it. We're not at full membership, so we don't have enough people who are able to kind of chip in to make this happen. It certainly can't all fall on Angelique. That's not fair to her. And it's a lot of requirements for us to get this off the ground. So my suggestion is that we thank the Northampton Commission for including us, tell them that please include us again in the future, but that this year is just not going to work out for us. So is that a good summary, Angelique?
Yeah, unless there's someone else in the group that wants to, is able to help.
I mean, I think this is like a really great opportunity for us, but I agree, like we're like under-resourced, and right now, knowing kind of what the town is going through financially, I can understand that they're not willing to put extra resources into anything right now, but I do think kind of naming, we'd love to participate next year, and kind of thinking about, I don't know if there's a way that we organize stuff for like yearly events that transpire to like have like an overarching schedule of stuff to be like, okay, when it's February, we start thinking about stuff in June.
Right. I mean, we don't have that, but I think that would be lovely to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to put something like that together. I just don't like being new, right? I don't know the stuff that's usually happening.
Well, I think, and Angelique, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that one of the things that we want to discuss today is kind of our goals as a commission, and kind of set some what am I trying to say? Set the goals that we want to meet, and then figure out how to meet them, and see what's realistic for us, and then prioritize what we have going on, because we have a lot going on. And I think in order to get some of these things done and then figure out what's the most important, we should really talk about it as a commission.
Bryce, is there anything you want to work on, Bryce?
I don't know.
You're unsure?
I'm unsure.
Well, if you think of any projects that you want us to do, can you let us know?
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're well, I'm always here to help.
Love it. Yeah, Eli, do you have anything to add or no?
No, I don't have anything.
So, I mean, I thought it shouldn't be that big of a task. I don't know why it is. I mean, the person at the venue that I wanted, usually he's quick to get back to me. I don't know. And then picking a date is kind of random. It's like, I think they're doing theirs later in July. Like, I think they said more than one date. I feel like they said the 18th and the 20th.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Amherst, I think, is doing 2 events. And Northampton is doing 1, I believe.
It doesn't feel like it should be that hard. I just can't, like if the venue doesn't get back to me, I can't pick a date. I'm not sure of another venue besides the Marigold that's fully accessible.
Right, because the
Um,
library is not
Oh.
accessible.
What about the guy who came in and talked about his gallery that y'all know?
Oh, Jason Turcott?
Montgomery.
Yeah, no, it's
Montgomery,
not.
wrong name. Jason Montgomery. Wrong
Yeah,
name.
50 Arrow. There's just not any chairs. So I do some dance events there, so I'm in his like closet area. So I'm not sure where we would get. I
Well,
don't know. Do we
I
need
will-
chairs?
I
You're
imagine
right.
City Hall has folding chairs somewhere in this building for events and like public forum, right? Does that
I
feel?
don't know about that.
Or if it's like would we need a bunch of chairs? Can the kids sit on the floor? I don't know.
Well,
Is it-
accessibility of chairs.
Yeah, right. So I mean, how would you get them over?
Ask Public Works to borrow a van.
Does that work? I don't even know.
Well, I don't
Do they
know.
have
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to think of like, there are resources that are available. And like, sometimes we just have to ask to see what's possible. you know?
Right. Yep. And then as far, so the library gave me a list of books about disabilities, but Leslie, you know of some, correct?
I do, yes.
Okay. So then there's that piece, like who's gonna decide, what I think they wanted more than one book, right? Because it goes by so quickly, like a book maybe like a 5-10 minute thing.
Yeah, because they're children's books.
Right.
I think it's also up to us which age group we would want to target. If it's younger kids, we would need more books.
Right.
How big an area do we need for a meeting?
I
How
don't
many
think,
what?
How big an area do we need for a meeting?
Oh, I mean,
area.
50 Arrow is big enough. It's not
mean-
tiny.
it's so hard to predict how many people would show up, but if we went by how many people came to the Marigold event that we had, the movie showing, there were what, like 20 or 30 people there, would you say?
I think closer to 20. Yeah.
So not a huge space.
So yeah, in terms of a time and a date, I mean, one of us or more than one of us would have to be attending, obviously. And then, so I'm in the middle. Like, I feel like I feel like if I got answers, I could get everything done in a couple hours. And it'd be, and create the flyer and be good to go. But because I'm not getting answers, it feels overwhelming, I guess.
Can I ask a question?
Please, yes.
Okay, I'm wondering if, I'm going to say we, me being very new here, I'm wondering if we could go to the Northampton people and ask them to allot a little bit of time at their event for this commission to say something, present something, whatever the issues might be, just, 10 minutes to say, we're here from Easthampton, want you to know that, we exist, whatever. I mean, would that be a possibility? Would that be something worth pursuing?
Well, I think the kind of goal for what Northampton is kind of organizing with this is a way of making like disabilities more visible and people with disabilities more visible and in kind of a community event, like kind of happy, joyful way. It's supposed to be, I think, just feel really inclusive and by the reading and by the participation of people, just make it feel like, you know, this is part of our community, part of our lives. This is working or having a disability is something that anybody could join that community at any time in their life. You know, it's not not weird or unusual. It's just part of being a human being. And so it's not so much like an awareness campaign. It's that they just kind of wanted to spread it out around the area, these kind of events to kind of celebrate diversity and disability and so that's kind of what I think they're looking for these events. And so they want us to join in with them just to kind of make the area that's being served larger.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Probably, I mean, July 20th is the anniversary of the ADA. So generally disability pride events focus, you know, on that week or that weekend or whatever, whenever the 20th happens to fall.
Yeah, I think the Amherst Commission is doing something on the 20th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Angelique, I feel like it always sounds easy, right? It always is like, well, how hard could this be? Or, you know, why would this be so challenging? But then when you factor in everybody's lives and what we're all, you know, doing and trying to keep up with it, you know, I don't want it to all fall on you. And I know for me personally, it's been a difficult time recently, and I don't have the kind of time or energy that I would need to really help you. And so, I mean, I think the 50 arrow suggestion is really good. I think, you know, I reached out to some people that I know with disabilities to see if they would be interested in being a reader. They all said no. But between all of us, I mean, we know people who have a disability and who might be interested in doing this. The Northampton Chamber did say that we don't have to have an ASL interpreter. We would just mark it on, like they're going to make a flyer that have all the events on it, and they would just mark it on our event that there would not be an ASL interpreter available.
I'm just looking as far as dates, like 25th is the last Saturday. I think we're shooting for a Saturday, right? Because that's when kids do stuff.
Yeah, I think, or Sunday probably too. I mean, it's the summer, so they're not in school, but then a parent or a guardian would have to bring them. So,
I mean, I could give it one more shot, and then if I'm not getting anywhere or it becomes too much, then I can just, you know, we'll just do what you guys said to say thanks, but next year's better.
okay. So do you want to, since you already know Jason, do you want to touch base with him?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I just, how we, who's with Bryce again?
Melanie?
Hi.
Melanie,
So originally we were asking Jen about if there's anybody at Riverside that would be willing to read books to kids, there's a, I'm trying to think of her name right now, but she used to come to our meetings all the time, and she was in a chair. And Jeff Brown has suggested her. She came to our meetings so many times. I don't know why her name is slipping.
Would it happen to be Kira?
Maybe. What does she look like? Does she like this person had like brown hair, normally in a ponytail?
Little ponytail, at least I can talk about. So she wears a purple coat, like during the winter and the cold season. Glasses, she is in a wheelchair. It's like fairish skin. Would you say
Are
that's
you-
her?
Yeah, are you able to, or can you think of anybody right now off the top of your head that you think might want to read a couple books to kids?
Are you asking for staff wise or our participants?
Participants.
We're
looking for
my first time being in the meeting. I just want to make sure that I'm not that we have HIPAA, but I don't want to really throw out names because I'm not really sure how
You don't
much I
have to.
can
I
share.
was just wondering if you knew, because we discussed it.
But I do know that Kara did have attended these meetings, Bryce, you as
Yeah.
well. And I'm trying to remember who else. I think there may have been one other person, but that was very long while ago. But I can certainly ask Angelique about someone who would. So what is, like I said, this is my first sit-in. So this is what, during the weekend? Like
In July, yeah, probably
Okay.
the last weekend in July, potentially. And
So we'll put Saturday, and then
That could
you
read a
are
couple
asking
books.
me to look for names for someone to volunteer to read?
Yep.
Got it. Okay, I will definitely, I'm writing it down, so that's on my homework to-do list to look for someone.
We have
it
to
is-
make sure we have your email.
Absolutely. Is there like a text thing here or?
Yeah, there's a chat feature.
Sorry,
And I have
used
her
to
email too.
Zoom. Okay, chat was everyone. Oh, well, I guess I can't. Yeah, Leslie, is it okay? I could definitely email Leslie again, and then Leslie, maybe you could give me whoever would like my email. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, absolutely. And after this meeting, I'm gonna send out kind of an action list of what we've decided, and everyone's email will be in there. So you'll see, you know, everyone will see your email and you'll.
Perfect. Okay, so Angelique, just one more time. What exactly am I writing in my notebook? You want me to look for someone to volunteer what?
To read like 2 or 3 children's books.
And that would probably take how much of their time, like an hour or
So
so?
an hour most, yep.
Okay, all right, perfect. I will put that on my to-do list.
And I'm just curious, Bryce, if you know anyone who might want to read, like, do you want to read? No? Okay, awesome.
I do have some ideas on who may be interested, but I just want to make sure that I'm not doing anything wrong or violating privacy boundaries.
Yeah, no, and I just wanted to make sure Bryce was included because he knows the people around him and like, so he knows what his, like, the folks he lives with like and
Yeah.
enjoy doing. So, yeah.
For someone who,
And
okay,
we can have multiple readers if like the prospect of an hour of reading feels like too much.
The
okay.
more the merrier.
Mhm.
For someone who would like to read. Got it.
Oh, hello.
Hi there. I just figured out how to turn my camera on. I'm not used to this. Usually I do Zoom, so this is a little different on my laptop. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, so I'll check back in about all of that. I mean, in terms of picking a book, did anybody take a look at the list that was sent from the library?
I didn't
see that email.
see that email either.
Oh, that's right. Let me see. It says I forwarded it.
The only thing I have are March minutes from Angelique and then April minutes from Leslie, and then the recent email about action items.
Yes, I also didn't get the agenda this time. Maybe I'm not getting emails from you, Angelique.
Let's see.
That's interesting. Let me see. Says it went out.
I'll check my spam.
I find so much stuff in my drafts that I thought I sent out and so I don't know.
Oh yeah, me too.
Drafts.
That's happened.
Yeah, I'll look at my spam and stuff and see if I can track it down, but no, I didn't get a book list from you.
I'm gonna send it right now.
Bruce didn't.
All right, and so in terms of like, do you want to continue with what you were saying, Leslie, about the projects that we're working on? So it would be in December, World Disability Day. We keep meaning to do something. We still have the survey. Eli, can you just describe what that is real quick?
Yeah, so we did a survey of people in the disabled people in the Easthampton community, and we'd like to do another survey, a follow-up to that, to get more up-to-date information.
And then Eli, could you also do a quick update about the oh my gosh, the word is escaping my mind. Accessibility ordinance stuff with Connie. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, so I don't have any recent information about it, but I can just.
Yeah, there's no recent.
Yeah. So the idea is that we wanted an ordinance, so that if you're considering going to an event, that there's an easy way to find out whether it's accessible to you. And so whoever's putting on the event would have to provide a disability contact person, and some right and possibly a list of accessibility features that they had, so that you could easily check, can I go to this? What would it be like for me to go to this event? And so we talked to Counselor Connie Denham, and with the Easthampton Chamber of Commerce and the LGBT Chamber of Commerce, or whatever it's called. And they, you know, everyone seemed open to the idea. And I'm not sure exactly where we stand right now.
And we had also, what we had done is made a list. Do you want to talk about the list of accommodations?
Oh, yeah, so we also came up with a sample list of accommodations that someone could choose from, right? To say, this is on our, we have this, we don't have this, we have this, we don't have this.
Yep. And then we have the business primer. That was the other thing that we were working on. Eli, can you just describe that real quick, since Leslie's writing stuff down?
Yeah, so the business primer is a document that that was made years ago, that we're going to update, which is basically like a
The
quick,
booklet.
yeah, it's a booklet. It's a quick guide for small business owners on how to comply with the ADA.
And so I'm trying to remember, Leslie, we were adding something to it. We were adding not emotional disabilities, intellectual
And developmental.
developmental. So that's another project. We also have, we were supposed to maybe do a new PSA. Can you talk about that, Eli, as well?
The snow PSA.
Yes.
Yeah, so that, yeah, so we did that. I forget when we did that.
Maybe 2 years ago?
Something like that. Yeah, a few years ago, with Jeff Bagg, who was the city planner at the time. And basically it was a video that just tried to raise awareness about the ordinance in Easthampton, where about clearing snow off sidewalks. And yeah, and right, so the people know what their responsibility. And I think we also wanted to talk about like what people should do if they couldn't, right, if they had some kind of disability that prevented them from complying with the ordinance.
And the ordinance is you need to shovel clear space within 24 hours, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Otherwise, you're supposed to call
After the end of the storm.
otherwise you're supposed to call the police, and that's not something everybody loves the idea of.
Right.
And then I'm trying to think if there's any other projects. There's the PTSD panel that I've been wanting to do for years, which is basically having maybe 4 or 5 different folks, because everybody thinks PTSD is just a veteran thing. I am a veteran, but tons of other people have PTSD for other reasons. And so it's been in progress for a lot of years. It's to erase the stigma around PTSD, and to have various speakers who are diagnosed with PTSD for different reasons. So we definitely would have a veteran, and then we would have the matching, like a counselor from the VA. So you would have the the speaker, and you would have the resource that matches it. And then, you know, I was speaking to somebody that has went through a hate crime, so then they would have the equal person attending. And so we haven't, that's a matter of getting the space here at City Hall and putting together the panel. And that's just been on the back burner for a long time. Is there any other things we're missing? Projects?
I have a quick question about the PTSD panel. Is that something that you were hoping to kind of have the main audience be like city councilors and people who are working in the city, or
No.
like the population of folks?
The population.
Oh, okay.
So maybe like 7 years ago, I had everything all figured out. And then there was a member of the COD that didn't really understand mental health, and he didn't want the panel to happen. So he kind of smushed it. It's a couple mayors back. And so he kind of spoke to the mayor, made it seem like it was a dangerous idea, like people with PTSD are dangerous people, and convinced that mayor that it would be, the city could potentially be liable for, I don't even know, he was thinking that people with PTSD were going to scream and yell and break things, and you'd have a lawsuit on your hand. I mean, it was just crazy. It was just like the literally what the whole point is, to erase the stigma around PTSD, and he was slapping a stigma right on it. And so the mayor at the time was like, you know, it was my project, so I probably should have been allowed to be the one to describe it to the mayor. But he did, and kind of came back with that it, you know, the city was scared about liability issues if somebody in the audience got triggered. And it's like, people with PTSD, like, okay, they get triggered. It doesn't mean they're crawling under a desk and like screaming. Leslie, you look like you're laughing. Are you laughing?
I'm smiling at your description.
Yeah. So it's just, man, it was awful because I took a year and I put it together. And then when I just needed the date of the space, it all came, I got bullied and overwhelmed, and the person really bullied into not doing it. So I'd love to still do it one of these days. So it is comical a little bit, right?
It is.
I would like to suggest that people fiercely defend their ignorance.
For real.
Yes, that is for sure.
And maybe the mayor had PTSD.
Right. Yeah, and they were kind of, at the time, like, I am a counselor, but like at the time they were like, you know, are you a doctor? And I was like a psychologist, and I was like, no, I don't have a PhD. And they were like, well, then you shouldn't be running this. And I was like, what? So anyways, that's my story. That's my story time.
Good.
So are we missing anything else off of projects? I'm trying to look at the agenda here. I don't.
So do you still have your notes and stuff that you did for preparing for that? So you could,
No, it was so many years ago, and the same people probably wouldn't be available, but
it's a huge topic, so it'd be almost fun to do it, so.
yeah. And I know maybe last year we had a different veterans service officer, and that person was angry. He also misunderstood. Like, he got really angry and went to the mayor and told the mayor that he did not want me to do the project, even though he had not spoken to me and did not understand the scope of the project. So he thought it was going to be a room full of veterans that were, you know, had no healing time. So basically a room full of veterans just going at it about their war stories. And he made a complaint to the mayor. And then he came to our meeting, and I explained what it was and he kind of understood better at that point. But that's twice now. That's twice now that people have, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, whew, it just says to me it's got to be done.
You know, when you get a reaction like that, you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. That's the other.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I need to
So-
go. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
No, I have a noon meeting, so
Okay.
if you could add me to your list of, I don't know if you have an email list or whatever, but I'm very definitely interested in being more involved. So however that happens, if you could do that for me.
Like applying to be on it?
Well, yeah, whatever. I mean,
Okay.
I will, Fred, can I call you Fred?
Yes,
I will send you information. I'm the clerk.
okay.
So I will send you some information. I'll send you a copy of the handouts that Bruce provided, and I will keep you in the loop.
Okay, do you need my email address or?
That would, yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay, it's fpelka, FPELKA @comcast.net.
Thank you for suggesting that.
Yeah.
Yes, I will email you. Thank you.
And I have to go. So thank
All
you
right,
all.
thanks.
Take care.
Thank you, Fred.
Leslie, do you have any Facebook or email updates?
I do, but before that, I wanted to suggest an additional project.
Yeah.
I think it would be beneficial for us to look into how we can get the parking fines from the handicap parking, because we are entitled to that. And the MOD, the Mass Office on Disability, has offered to help us with that.
Oh, good.
Um,
Perfect, because we asked for it in the past so many times.
Yeah, and I think there are some like technical things that we needed to straighten out that I think the MOD would be really helpful for that. And that kind of leads me into, but let me write that down before I forget. Okay. No wonder you couldn't do this, Eli. It's impossible to talk and take notes at the same time. Okay, so that leads me into the emails. So I don't know what happened, but
Oh, your voice disappeared.
we got a ton of MOD newsletters. And so I would like to forward the newsletter from the Mass Office on Disability to everybody when it comes in, but I wanted to ask you guys first before I just did that. There's a lot of good information in there.
Amazing organization.
Yes. And one of the things that's coming up is their open office hours. So bookmarked this so that I remember to talk about it. So the first COD office hours is next Wednesday, May 20th from 3 to 4 p.m. And they said there's going to be some brief updates on municipal effective communication obligations under the ADA, what that means for CODs. And we can register for them at a Zoom link, which will be included. I'll email that out. And it says office hours are an opportunity to ask MOD's experts for guidance, troubleshoot issues you're working on in your city or town, compare notes with other CODs, and learn about new resources from MOD. Drop in anytime during the office hour window, even if it's just to say hello. So, and it also says office hours include group discussion. If you'd like one-on-one support instead, please contact the MOD with a link. So that was one of the emails that came in that I thought I should bring to everybody. And I also think that it would be great if we took advantage of that help, because I think that would really get us on the path to getting the revenue that we could use. Because one of the things that I was thinking about, because, some of you know, but Melanie, you definitely don't know, that I am the communications manager at ServiceNet. So one of the things that I do as part of my job is reach out to people in the community. And when we were talking about the survey, I'm kind of looping in a lot of things here, but we were talking about the survey and how to get the word out. One thing that is available from the post office for a fee is a list of all the residents of Easthampton. And if we had some operating money, we could do a postcard, and like, I'm happy to do, I've done this many times, that we send out to every resident of Easthampton and say, here's the link to the survey, please take the survey. But we need money to be able to do that and to be able to do a lot of the things we want to do. So I feel like someone going to this meeting, and it could be me, Wednesday from 3 to 4, I am free on the 20th, and it could be multiple people. So that's one of the emails that came in. And then we have a new City Hall contact list that was sent out by Kira in City Hall, Kira Cross. So I'm going to forward that as well to everybody so that we have the contact information for everybody in City Hall if we need that. Nothing came in from Facebook, but this is so hard to do both.
It really is. I struggled with it so much.
It's impossible. It's impossible. I'm like saying all these interesting things and none of them are getting written down. So that is what's up with the email, and that was the additional thing I think we should put on our list. So I know that we're basically out of time. I think it would be, I think just from knowing our capabilities as a commission, that it would be great if we could prioritize the initiatives that we're working on, because it's a lot of work that we want to get done and there's not that many people doing it. Although if Fred joins, that would be great. But I think instead of doing kind of a scattershot approach, I think it would benefit us if we kind of prioritize these things and knock them out one at a time.
Leslie, are you able to contact Allison and just ask if she's going to be at these meetings? Because I think by law, she has to be. We're supposed to have the town's person, the planning department here, and there's been so many absences. I just, is she not remembering because we're not including her in the email? Maybe that's probably it. Because somebody really needs to be here.
I was included when I sent out the minutes.
Okay. Is there anybody that has a future speaker idea? Just want to make sure I ask. No. Okay. Is there any new business that's not on the agenda?
No, but we didn't approve the minutes yet, I don't think.
Correct. You are right. Thank you. Okay. So, can I have a motion to pass the minutes, Bruce? Who can second that?
Second.
Daryl, thank you. Is everybody okay with that? Say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Fantastic. Thank you, Eli, for reminding us. I'm just trying to double check on our. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say really quick, something, so I'm down to help more with the children's book thing, but something I personally would like to take on and kind of do in one of the upcoming meetings is really dig into strategic plan and kind of really devoting some time to talking about values and prioritization. And I'm happy to take that on and kind of do that. I've done it for other organizations. Yeah, and kind of make it a creative team building thing, if that's cool.
Yes,
Awesome.
absolutely.
Cool.
Could we do that at the next meeting?
Please. let's
that-
do
is
that.
that it?
Eli, do you see the date at all for the next meeting?
The date for the next meeting, let's see.
June.
Throw it up for somebody else look it up.
The next meeting is going to be, let me get to June. It looks like that's gonna be June 11th.
So what is our action plan, Leslie? What are we? I'm gonna talk to 50 Arrow and give one last push to see if I can figure it out.
Yep. Where you resent the book list?
Yeah, how do we want to pick a book if we do go for several books? Yeah, how do we decide what's the best way?
That's a good question. I think if we. Okay, I did get your book list this time. I don't know why I didn't get it before. I don't know, does anybody have thoughts about how we would pick the books? I mean, I guess we could, if we bring them into the next meeting, we could look at them and pick which ones.
Should we go to the library? And
I
ask
mean,
them?
I would have to, somebody would have to.
Already did that. That's what the book list that she sent out is. Angelique asked the librarian to suggest some books and he replied to her.
I would think we'd get a reader first and consult with them on what they wanted to read.
That's a good idea.
My wife used to be a reading teacher. I don't know if that could be of any help.
Okay. So yeah, so reader first, I think is a good idea. So, and then have the reader decide what feels like they want to read.
Do you think you can get back to me in the next week about that?
Are you asking Melanie?
Yes, Melanie, yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm just looking at, so by the 21st, you want an email, Angelique?
Sure, yes, please.
Perfect. I will write that down.
So that's one action item. And then I'm gonna forward the MOD newsletter and talk to Allison. And Cyril is going to get ready to lead a strategic planning session.
Fantastic.
Those are our current action items.
Okay. And in the meantime, I'm also talking to Connie about how to get in front of the chambers of commerce. I was hoping to do both at the same time with that list that we have of accommodations.
Okay.
So, all right, motion to adjourn. Everybody okay with that?
Yep.
All right,
Yes.
thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
And our local cable subscribers.